Good morning. Welcome back to the Red Mic. Happy Wednesday. Glad you're here. Today's Red Mic message, Elevator Dad. I hope everybody's doing okay this morning. Before I get started, though, you saw my coffee mug. You probably see that I start every day I try to start with a different coffee mug, but I repeat them because I have a limited amount. Now, your limit and my limit may be completely different. And I know this because I saw one of those Marie Kondo wannabe ladies saying that, her job is to declutter and that's all well and good. That's what you want to do, fine. Um, I wish I had more coffee mugs. I really do. Um, I like using a different one every day. And this negative Nelly on this, cleaning up your house thing and decluttering, she said, you only need one. You only use one every day. I don't need that kind of negativity in my life, lady. I really don't. I love my coffee mugs. If I had more room for them, I would have more. I see coffee mugs and I go, ooh, I like that one. And my wife's like, no, we don't have any more room. And she's right. We really don't have any more room. But I wish I did. Because I just love them. Anyway, that's not today's Red Mic message. Today's Red Mic message, Elevator Dad. Okay, I had one of those little modern experiences today, a daycation, pool day. I mean, the kind of setup, music playing, people floating, overpriced food, taco bar, stuff like that. Adults trying to squeeze 8 hours of peace into an afternoon before Monday comes back, swinging a folding chair at your face. And it, the pool itself, I mean, it was great, don't get me wrong, but the pool itself was not the big deal. It was the conversations, it was the relaxation. Over a few hours, I ended up talking to several people from completely different worlds, different hometowns, different careers, different ages, probably different politics. We didn't talk about politics, different life experiences. Talked to one guy who's real close to retirement. He's actually younger than me, but he's a hedge fund guy. Um, Talked to a young couple. They're just starting out. And none of us were talking because we needed something from each other. And I get my card, but I do that with everybody. Nobody was pitching. Nobody was networking. Nobody was building their brand or farming followers. We were just talking. And I realized how rare that has become. I mean, yeah, there's networking events and you go to events and you meet people and you shake hands and you tell them what you do and why you do it and where you do it and all of that. But just talking to people just to find out who they are, why they do what they do, what they find interesting about it. I'm kind of wired that way and I go out of my way to try to find those opportunities. And I've always kind of been this way. I mean, you've heard of helicopter parents. Well, I am elevator dad. I am the stereotypical dad in the hotel elevator that you see on that commercial where they're saying, don't turn into your parents. Well, you know what? Bite me. I am proud of being that guy. Used to drive my kids crazy because I'd start conversations with complete strangers on the elevator while we're vacationing or at a ball tournament or whatever. Where y'all from? How long you in town? You here for baseball or conference, business, pleasure? And my kids, especially my younger boy, Daniel, they would be just almost a horrified look on their face like, Dad, stop talking to people we don't know. But, but some really good conversations have happened where there was absolutely no reason for the conversations to happen or for them to matter at all. And I think that's becoming more and more rare. We're getting into our silos, our groups. We stay with our people. We live in the most supposedly we live in the most connected era in human history, and we've simultaneously become weirdly isolated from actual people. Everybody has a platform, everybody has a profile, everybody has a curated digital identity, but fewer people seem comfortable simply talking and starting conversations anymore. You Earlier generations did this naturally. Front porches, church halls, little league bleachers, barbershops, neighborhood pools, hardware stores. People just talked. not because they were being strategic, not because it was monetized, but that's what communities do. That's what they did. And now a lot of people move through public spaces as quickly as they can, just trying to get away from other people. It's like they're these emotionally armored submarines just trying to get to their next destination. Headphones are in, eyes are down, they're scrolling their feeds. Um, that increasingly are going to show them people who are just like them. I think there's a subtle danger in that because when you only interact with people your algorithm selected for you, your world is going to shrink without you really noticing. You stop hearing accents, you stop hearing different stories, you stop hearing different perspectives, and eventually everybody outside your bubble starts feeling less human than they actually are. And Depeche Mode, and yes, note to my interns, this is a pop culture reference, so write this one down. It's important. Depeche Mode warned us about this 40 years ago or so. People are people, so why should it be you and I should get along so awfully? The problem is not disagreement. Well, it's not just disagreement. We increasingly stop talking long enough to remember that the other person is still a person. That's why these random conversations matter more than we realize, I think, because life still runs on these weak ties. A random conversation today can become a friendship, an opportunity, a lesson, or maybe just a reminder that the world is bigger than your phone screen. Just the other day, I was in a Zoom meeting and I saw the guy had this logo on his shirt. Well, this is a local club here in Austin called Spanish Oaks. And my son, Daniel, used to caddy out there. And come to find out, this guy who seen his name a million times, never met him in real life before. In that funny Zoom is considered real life. Um, but he knows my kid. My kid knows him. I think that's extraordinary. We need more opportunities like that. Not every meaningful relationship has to start with a business card. Sometimes it can start as easily as, hey, where are you from? So take away this simple lesson. Talk to people, not because they can help you, not because there's a transaction involved. Talk to people because they're people. Life, life can and should happen outside the algorithm. Those weak ties can often become very strong relationships, strong opportunities, strong parts of your life, if you let them. And that's today's Red Mike message. I hope you found it interesting or helpful. I hope you're able to use some of these things in place in your own life. Please give me a like, a follow, and a share. The share is increasingly important, but so are, the comments. Drop a line down in the bottom. Just the other day, I had a guy giving me beef about me saying life is short, drink the bourbon. And so I had to explain to him once again, it's not just about the bourbon. It's, it could be life is short, eat dessert first. Life is short, use the fine china. He didn't respond. So I don't know if he saw it. I don't know if he got it. I don't know if he's just blowing me off. I hope that he saw it and he got it and, he's choosing to not interact any further. All I can do is try, right? What kind of person would be if you didn't even try? You have to try. Thank you, Lyle. Love it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And until next time, don't forget, as always, as I always say, life is short. Drink the bourbon. I'll see you.